Here we are.
And here we are. And fancy meeting you here.
I know. Didn't weren't we we were doing this yesterday, but
Yep.
on a different show. But
So
welcome
here we
everyone.
are covering for our good friend and brother, Paul Francis, who he somehow ruined his back, you know,
Yeah, he's
and
not
he's laid
feeling
up.
well. Yeah. So he's asked us to host his show, Spirit Quest, brought to you by and
Brought to you by General Mills. No, why do we just post those these? Do we have to do it this way? I thought we had a thing for that.
well, I can do that if you want to.
Well, brought to
I'll,
you by the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network. That's 105.3 and 107.7 FM in the beautiful city of New Orleans. And hello, Lynn.
hello. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Kelly. Glad you joined us today.
Yeah, we're here covering for our good friend Paul today, and he asked us if we could help out. And you know us, we
We
always
gladly
help.
do it. We gladly do it.
Yep.
Those are big shoes to fill. We'll do our best. This is Spirit Quest, and you know, we'll carry on. So, what did you want to? What did you want?
Facebook user, you put greetings and greetings to you, but if you could, we don't know who you are. So could you please come to YouTube, look under Paul Francis Medium, and that will bring you in. Okay? Because we don't know who you are.
Hmm.
But welcome and greetings to you. So we're
So
going to
we,
try to do our best to cover for Paul today, right, babe?
yes, we are. And the subject is Spirit Quest, or not the subject, but the show is Spirit Quest. Is focuses on the paranormal. And if you have any questions about that subject, we have Roger Garza Sr. right there, psychic medium of 19, nearly 20 years, who will be happy to answer your questions. And so we have Gracie Miller here. We have hello,
Amanda
Amanda.
Ward.
Yep.
She
And
said she's here for a little while.
okay. And we have Kathy Hanley here. Good to see
Hello,
you.
Kath.
I'm so glad you joined us over here.
This is
So,
going to be kind of odd because here we are doing Paul's show when we did ours yesterday, and yeah, I just looked Paul Francis Spirit. Okay,
okay, that's good, Herbie. I'm glad you're able to do that. Cool.
but I hope you folks know I am not Paul Francis.
No, as the name shows. Absolutely.
So here we are, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I've done during the 19 years of being a psychic medium. I was asked to go get rid of spirits, which is not my forte, but I did it. Okay.
Spirits were in a house or
Yep.
at a
Yep.
why did they want to get rid of spirits? Were they bothering them?
One guy said that they kept fighting with him. That they were throwing him up against the wall and everything. And I said, "And you want me to go in there?" He said, "Could you please? Could you?" All right. And that's the one I'll tell. That's like the last one I'll talk about because that one was heavy.
Okay. We have Tammy here with us today.
Hi,
Hello,
Tam.
Tammy, and um, what is you're better looking? Oh, I don't know, Kathy. And we have Mary Erickson here saying hi,
Hi,
Roger and
Mayor.
Faye. And she's already liked and shared the show. Yeah, I know it's a little confusing because, we were on yesterday, but here we are again because Paul isn't feeling well today. He hurt his back, and we are gladly filling in for him. We just hope that we, are able to help you and meet all of your expectations.
You know, one thing I forgot to post yesterday that I posted today
Hmm.
is like I can look at the list right here, and I want to thank you all for being here yesterday because yesterday, man, that show was wow.
It
It
was it.
almost had me in tears, right on?
Well, yeah, it meant a lot to Roger to share that experience, those experiences with you because uh, they're very heartfelt, they're very real, and he thought you should know. So that's why he did it, and that's why he was emotional about it. Tell
Yep.
you the truth.
When I talk about those readings, I get real.
Hmm.
But they're over. I did them. Gee, Tammy, thank you.
Thank you.
Not bad for 72, huh, Tam?
Oh boy. Oh, so Tammy did say she did love the yesterday's show. It helped her so much, and that's what we're all about.
Good.
We're
Exactly.
That is the focus of all of our shows, and this is where we join with Paul, and that's why Paul and Roger and I get along so well because what we do is what we want. We want to help you. We want to help you with everything we can.
Yeah.
So,
That's the sole purpose of doing these shows, so that
mm-hmm,
you get something out of these that'll help you through life. Mind you, now, you can't use us every day and say, I gotta call my 24/7. No. Live your life the best way you can, and we'll help you along the way.
right, because your life is your life. You're co-creating your own life, and any way that we can help, just with any advice, but really, it's your life. It is your life.
Amanda, don't get hooked on that.
Okay. Yes, she's saying she has been put on morphine for pain, but that's why she won't be on long. It's making her sleepy. Well, you need your rest, absolutely. And I'm
Right.
sorry you're having that much pain. I'm so sorry to hear that. And thank you, Lynn. She's saying, please, folks, could you please share the show and hit the like button for Roger and Faye, and for Paul, actually,
Yep.
because this is being shown on YouTube under Paul's channel. Actually, it's also being shown on your channel, Roger. Did you know that, sweetie? Paul
No, I
put
didn't
you,
know that.
Paul added you on the YouTube to be included on this show. So that's pretty sweet.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, Tammy, you can tell Denise I was born October 10th, 1950. And
Yep,
you can figure it out.
absolutely. It's easy to figure out.
Honey, no background music?
I can work on it. You want
Sure.
one? Sure,
A little bit
absolutely.
of nice, like yesterday was just perfect music. It really was.
I can do that for you again. I don't think we get into trouble with this one.
Space, the final frontier, where no man has gone before.
What kind of a show is this anyway?
Well, look, he's got like us the outer atmosphere, the
Yeah,
stars and everything.
absolutely. Okay, so is that helping you?
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, that just sets the atmosphere all the way.
Any way I can help, okay?
Can you put up Tammy?
Sure. Let me get back there. So Tammy says my aunt called me last night and I haven't talked to her since we were in an argument over a year ago. I have now opened up and just want peace. Thank you for teaching me that, Roger. There you go.
That's it. That's what it's all about. I'm happy for you.
That's good because life is too short to hold grudges or to
Yep.
be angry with people. It's bad energy. It slows you down for your higher self. It's not helpful. I might turn that down just a tad.
It's nice music. It really is.
There.
Make me want to go to sleep.
You can't. You cannot go to sleep, dear. We're expecting you to say
So
great
here we are
things
saying
today.
hi to everybody like we did yesterday,
Yes.
and good to see everybody on again. We are covering for Paul Francis, those that have just logged on. We're covering for our dear friend Paul because his back is out, and he said his back was killing me, and I told him, Paul, your front is killing me.
You're terrible.
I know, but I'm good at it.
Yes. You're welcome, Tammy. And Mary says, I always tell people to never close the door, especially on family.
That's right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because sometimes they're acting in a negative way. They're going through something that you maybe don't know about. That's true with everybody, actually. If somebody is gruff with you, or if somebody has a stranger has a problem with you, it really just take a back step and just say, okay, well, you must be having a bad day or whatever. That doesn't pertain to me. I don't know why you're doing this. So, you know, I'll talk to you another time. If it's a family member or if it's a stranger, it doesn't matter really. But
Hello, Ronnie. Good to
try
see
not
you.
to just try not to engage in their anger and heighten it up.
Well, let me give him a prime example. This is gospel truth, folks. As a lot of you know, my son died like 2 or 3 months before his 50th birthday from COVID. And prior to that, him and I got into an argument that ended up in a fist fight. And we hadn't talked to each other for 15 years. And I was going to break the ice because he was on drugs and all that stuff. And I was going to go break the ice and, you know, just like, I don't care who forgives who, I'm here. And then I found out, and nobody called me when he got sick, but I found out that he had passed. And the way I found out was through an email. So I didn't get a chance to tell him how much I loved him. I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. I didn't get a chance to say a lot of things, what he meant to me in my life, being my son, Junior. But I know now some people that read for me had told me that he's with me, and they even talked about, the way I found out that it was real, that the reading I got was a person said, he said to tell you that it doesn't matter who forgives who. He said it's like let bygones be bygones. And that just got to me. It really did. So at least I know that, he forgives me. I forgive him. I know he's with me in my corner, per se. And like they say, it's hard when you lose a child. And it really is, regardless of whatever age. But I know my son, because he used to be my roadie, my sound man, my light man, everything. And he would tell me the day I found out about it, I was going to go play. And I know he would tell me, Dad, get your butt to the gig. You got to play. So when I got to the place where I was playing, I announced on the microphone that they say that when you have a loved one that passes, the best thing you could do is surround yourself with friends. And I said, and that's why I'm here. And I played the whole night. It was hard, but I played. And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about things that him and I did together, or what gigs we were doing. I was helping him with the lights, or helping him, showing him how to do sound, or plug this in, plug that in. And it does get to you. But
Mm-hmm.
like they say, life goes on. You never forget, but you go on with your life and make the best of what you can with your life. And that's what Faye and I are doing now.
Yeah.
And we've been blessed.
We have been blessed. We
Yep.
are blessed every single day. Um, so Mary says, I have a sister-in-law who used to only be with her family. We were all hurt, but I said that is our brothers. So that's that's good that you can keep an open heart and mind to
Yep.
that, Mary. That is exactly right. I mean, I would love to see my family all the time, my kids all the time, and but they're very busy, and I can't make them come see me. I can't make them call me and ask them they want and make sure they are always with me. I can't do that. They have lives of their own.
Right. So I
They're
was going to
learning.
say, the only thing we can do, honey, is just step aside and let them live their
Let
lives
them
now.
live their lives because I know that when I was a young parent, I really had hardly any time to even think beyond tomorrow. So, we have to give people a break too.
Want to say hi to Doreen McAvoy, who says she's having bad luck this week, month, year, trying to get through it. Dear, you don't know what that's about. I mean,
Well, I'm sure she does. Don't
well,
don't take that
but she
away from
hasn't
her.
gone through the agony that I've gone through, and then people trying to kill me on top of it.
Okay, okay. Well,
But
there's no
that's another
competition.
story.
There's no competition on that. I'm sure everyone has their own misery that they're trying to get through.
Yeah.
And do you have any suggestions for Doreen as to
Well, I
how?
was even trying hard to get through breakfast. What?
Hmm.
You
I
see
don't
what
know.
I mean, folks? Take a bad and a hurting thing and make fun of it so that you can get over the humps. Have fun with life. Don't let life bring you down if it's a negative. Make it into a positive. Yeah, inside I know my son's gone, but I have to do what I have to do, and he knows it, and I know it. So you go on with your life and make the best out of what you can. Like they say, this is what I hear all the time. When they give you lemons, make lemonade. Bull. When they give you lemons, make lemon meringue pie. It's beautiful.
What can what can you say to Doreen to help her get through it? Besides that, besides that, there has to be more than that, dear, don't you think? I mean, I know we work on it every single day. It doesn't leave you right away, tell you the truth.
What
But
kind of bad luck is she having, though? She doesn't explain.
uh,
Amanda Ward, thank you, dear. I appreciate that.
okay. Thank you, Lynn. She says you have told him now, Roger. He has heard you. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, he has. I know he has.
So yeah. So Tammy mentions that it's much like her story. It was hard. She just wished she had more time with Jackson. That's
There
that's
you
always the
go.
case.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
It's always the
But the
case.
thing is, Tam, you gotta, the memories, that's what you live with. And you take those and you think back and you go, I remember when we, that bum, 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 and then just smile. And you had a good time with them, you had a good time with them, you know? You can't sit and dwell about things that, like, him and I, like I told you, he was on drugs, we had a fist fight and all that, and I just let all that go. Because I knew that wasn't my son. But irregardless, I mean, now he's gone. I still hold the good memories we had when we would go do gigs together and he would set up stuff for me and I'd be there with him, lifting speakers, laughing at all kinds of stuff. And this might sound kind of corny, but I remember one time we were both lifting a big speaker and it was heavy. And as soon as we lifted it, pop, I tooted.
Whatever.
And we just dropped the speaker and laughed and laughed and laughed. And those
Mary,
are the kind of memories that.
yeah, you try to hang on to the good memories. Mary Erickson said that she had sent her message too soon. She said about her sister-in-law. Fortunately, over time, she became open to us all and we were all open to being happy and welcoming to her. It made a great difference to us all. Very, very, very good, Mary. That's awesome.
Don't
And we,
hold on to little penny ante arguments, you know?
right, right,
Life is too short.
right.
You could be here or they could be here one day and boom, you're gone. Or they're gone.
Linez adds, as Paul says, to honor those that have passed over, be the best you can be and make them proud.
Right, 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 right.
Okay. And so Doreen just adds, everything is going wrong. My son is sick. My car has broke down, minor things, but big things for me at this time. Okay. Well,
First off, though, remember, you woke up this morning.
mhm.
That's the key thing.
As long as we are alive, we have hope. Even when we're going through bad things, when we're going through incredibly bad things, we woke up, we started the day, and we have a choice. We have a choice to make things better. We have a choice to make a phone call and we have a choice to step out and see people. We have a choice to make a decision. Maybe we need to change our life around. Maybe we need to say goodbye to somebody that is making your life completely miserable. I remember doing that, and that was my day one. And that was years ago, and everything great happened afterwards.
Julie Evans, in answer to your question, what happened was I lost my son to COVID, I lost my brother to COVID, and I lost my brother-in-law to COVID. And we're not sure yet. I didn't get all the results, but I think my cousin too. But life has to go on. Like I said before, when I found out about my son, the clock did not stop ticking. Traffic didn't stop. Everyday life continues. And you either get in it or drop out. And if you drop out, shame on you. Because that's not how you honor the dead. You can't honor their name by being just sitting in a couch and sitting there.
No. So Kelly says, when I have bad days missing my mom, I always find myself in the kitchen making her favorite recipes.
There you go.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
That's perfect. Stay with the good memories.
Yep.
Yes, always good memories. So here we have Sue. Sue has joined us today. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Sue. Good to see you.
And we have Marissa here. Cool to see you.
Mauricio, where's my buddy at? Is he in school or where is he?
Okay, Marissa adds, I've been trying to have a totally different outlook on life since my dad passed suddenly. Having faith is number one, and you're right. We have choices. We do.
Yeah.
We do.
It's like I said before. I'm sorry, honey. It's like I said before. You can go, well, this happened, that happened, why me, why me, why me? And it's like, why not you? Are you that special? It happens to each and every one of us. And the more you sit there and boo-hoo about it, the more it becomes about you, not about the person that passed.
Every one of us has a story. Every one of us has a story. And some of it is very sad, and some of it is very wonderful. You may look at somebody who you see that looks like they're having the time of their life and nothing ever goes wrong. Trust me, something has gone wrong with them. They're just doing the best they can. And we are all in this world together. We need to do the best we can and to reach out to help those who need us and those who, are less fortunate than us. And I love what Julia says. Negativity brings negativity. So we have to be positive.
Yes, ma'am.
Here's Nancy. Hello, Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
How are you?
Let me once again announce that the reason that Faye and myself are here is because Paul texted us this morning and asked if we could cover his show because his back is out and he's sleeping, I think, right
Yeah,
now, because
he's
he
in.
told us he was going to go to sleep.
Yeah, I know that he's been trying to do a whole lot of stuff lately, and I'm sure it's taxing his body as well as his brain.
So
Um,
we want to throw some good vibes to Paul and
yes,
pray for him for a
absolutely.
good, speedy recovery.
Absolutely. Hello, Tina. Good to see you. And thank you, Tammy. Prayers for Paul. Absolutely. And Tina too. So
Yeah.
that's what we're all about, folks.
Marisa, you tell Isaiah I said hello, okay? When he wakes up, don't wake him up. Let him sleep.
Amanda says he could have done it lying down. I don't know.
Anyway, we're here for him, We'll always be here for him. But this show is called Spirit Quest, and there are some things I want to talk about that I went through because, like I said, the paranormal thing is not my forte. But I had to go to 5 different houses and
To
kind of
help people out,
clear them out.
to help them. Amanda says when life is bad for me, I deal with depression and anxiety. I remind myself I'm alive, make small goals, even if I just get out of bed. I make the bed and leave the room. You have to see positive, stay positive even in the bad days. There's
Yeah.
always a positive. Yep. We have Janine here.
How are
Hello,
you, dear? We're
Janine.
covering for Paul today.
Yes. And Kathy says our stories are not who we are the soul inside us all. Yes.
Go to
Yeah.
Sue Vinicum. Up on top.
Oh.
That one.
Okay, so Sue says, I remember when my 2-year-old died, I couldn't open the curtains for nearly a year. I didn't want to see the work still going on, but then gave myself a boot up the bum. There you go.
There you go. Now I'm going to give you. I had a very good friend of mine that I used to read for down in Texas. Him and his sister. And he would come to me. He told me about his brother going through depression and everything in Arizona. And his brother lived in a house that was like man-made. And he took, for the roof, he put dirt and rocks and everything on top of it. Like an adobe house per se.
Mm-hmm.
But he lived in this house and it was dark in his house. He had, I think, maybe 2 windows. Hello, Leanne. And his brother had passed. And he goes, it's hard for me to get over it. He was my little brother and all that. I said, so what are you going to do? He goes, well, I don't know. I just feel bad because he's gone. I said, I see your room right now. And I was reading for him. I said, your room, the curtains are closed, aren't they? Yeah. I said, Mike, I'm going to tell you something. Open up the windows. Let the Lord's light come in. I said, if not, the darkness will take you. I said, don't go into depression, just like your brother did. I said, because it will take you. Yeah, I know. And just went on and on and on. And then one time his sister called me up. She goes, Roger, you were right. And I said, what do you mean? What's up? She said, Mike passed away. She said he couldn't get out of his room and he couldn't open up the curtains. The only time he did, what she said, was when he went to the bathroom and he ate and watched TV in his room. And I felt bad because I thought I reached him, and apparently I didn't.
Well,
But
it's a decision, isn't it, for everybody?
yeah,
And
it
like,
was his decision to stay in that room.
well, you often say that, you do give people recommendations and some advice to, if you see something, to give them advice. But it is still their choice of how they want to rate their life. Everybody
Go
here
up to
on the
Doreen, honey. She says it right there. Go up to Doreen.
I'm working on it. So Doreen says, yes, we can moan and give out, but it comes down to the individual person to make the most of life, and hope Paul has a speedy recovery. Absolutely.
You can stay in your room till the cows come home. But what have you accomplished with your life? What have you done? What has made you happy? Watching TV?
Mhm.
You know, you got to look at it this way. Faye and I are in our 70s. And here I convinced her, and I told her for the longest time since I started doing my radio show, I wanted to have my own office. So now we have an office. And this is where we do our shows. This is where we see people and all kinds of things. And our events come out of this office. So we could have stayed home and been like old duds and watched TV the rest of our lives, but no, we still have life. As long as you're still breathing, you have life. Do something with it. Like Lynn likes to do her garden. That's it. That makes her happy.
She also helps her neighbors with their gardens. She
Yep.
also reaches out to her family. I know that. Yeah. We have Donna Alexander here.
From Delaware.
Good to have you aboard, Donna.
We are covering for Paul Francis today because his back is out. Hi, Gina.
Well, hey.
And
Hi,
here we
Gina.
are covering for Paul.
Hi, Gina. Glad you joined us today. Hope all is well with you.
There's our buddy Ward, too. Good to see you, Ward. And for those of you who missed out on our show yesterday, our show, okay, Latino Psychic Visions, if you get a chance, rewatch it. Because there's things that I talked about regarding they were two readings that I did that were like divine readings. And when I get emotional when I talk about them. So if you get a chance to watch them, all right? Please. Because there's things on there that somebody might need to hear. Paul Francis is, hopefully he's sleeping right now because he threw his back out.
So he's asked us to help him out and
Right.
take over his show as host tonight. So we're hoping we can have a great discussion with anybody who has any questions about anything paranormal. Roger's about to talk to you about some of the things that he's experienced. But if you also have some things that you would like to discuss, please contribute. We would love to hear from you.
Want to say hi to our dear friend Jane Nielsen from Turkey, everyone.
Hi, Jane.
And I hope you're not sitting there watching us and smoking.
You just don't ever give her a break.
No, so she finally tells me, guess what? I completed a year without smoking.
Yep, that would be great.
Tammy, thank you, dear. She said she rewatched yesterday's show and it was just an awesome show.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Donna. She said she has lost her sister this morning to stage 4 brain cancer.
Donna, who is Cindy? I'm picking up the name Cindy. Cindy.
Okay, so this isn't usually a read show, but
Right,
this came
it
through
just popped out
powerfully
right
for you.
on her.
This is not supposed to be a read show, but Roger's saying to you, Donna, who? What was the name?
Cindy.
Cindy.
Cindy. Now, folks, we plug a lot of shows on this show because we're in the network and all that. But I also want you not to forget about our dear friend Gina Bankston, who comes on at 7 o'clock tonight. Right, Gene? I think it's 7 or 8, something like that. She has a show called The Fox Den. And in the same time, and I've done this, had 2 shows going at once, we have our dear friends.
We have our dear friend Laura Lee, or
Michelle.
oh, Michelle. Yeah.
We have our dear friend Michelle Rogiers and Amelia Paisano. They're on tonight, and they do the show called The Outer Realm. And after this show today, Paul's show, at 6 o'clock tonight Central Standard Time, we have our dear friend Lori Potvin and Dave Hansel, who are both readers, mind you, and they have interesting people on their show. And their show comes on at around 6, as she put, like 6:10, 6:05,
Well,
whatever.
actually, the Thursday night shows is really all conversation, and it can be it
It,
gets
it gets
real wild.
crazy. I mean, it
It
just
gets
goes.
really wild. I mean, the topics they cover are from soup to nuts,
And the
and
title of the show is called The Thing at
thing
the
the
Foot of the
foot of the
Bed.
bed. So and that is everything. Everything's covered. They're both mediums, and they have so much experience. It's really fantastic show.
Oh,
So
and by the way, we want to say a special congratulations to Laura Lee Potvin, who has celebrated 4 years of doing her show, The Angel Rock, on Monday nights at 6 o'clock. And that's on this station, this particular station that we're on right now. So, folks, please back these people up, okay? We know that you guys come on our shows and all that, but please back these people that we're talking
they are
about.
really awesome. Tina says she's 62 days of no smoking. Well,
Good for you,
congratulations.
dear.
You must feel so much better. I'm thinking you've gone over
Yep,
some
you
a
can
hump or
breathe
two.
again.
That's wonderful.
And when you do 62 days, you can do 62 months.
Okay, so Lynn is saying Mark is doing well, so well. The hospital's surprised that he's recovered so well after his heart stopped 17 times whilst having his first operation. That is
Now,
fantastic.
folks, that right there is proof that prayer works. Remember when Mark was in the hospital and we asked for everybody's prayers? And this shows you it does work.
That's great. That's wonderful. Okay. Yes, a lot better. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Who was telling me? Um, Janie was telling me, honey, on the show yesterday that I did, that, you know, when I was talking to the people, she said orbs were flying all over the place.
This is a friend of Roger's who also is a medium, and
She's in San Antonio.
she's watched the show, I think, for the first or second time, and she saw orbs. Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen them,
Well,
but
Julie's
that doesn't
talking
mean.
about paranormal caught on camera on TV now. Oh, the show Paranormal.
Oh, okay.
Paranormal Survivor. That's the one that Michelle's on and Laura Lee is on. And she says it's on right now. We don't get it until nighttime.
Right. Jane says, no, not even a small break, but it's okay. He's still the best. Don't tell him. I'm not sure. What does that pertain to? I missed that link.
I don't know, dear.
I'm
And
not.
Ward says, is my uncle with my grandmother and grandfather? He passed away this night. Okay. First off, let me tell you this. A lot of times our loved ones, our family loved ones that passed on ahead of us are there to greet us, to pull us over, per se. And then you go through, it's like going through a gauntlet of family and you're saying hi to everybody, hi, 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 boom. It's like that. And a lot of times prior to them leaving, which I'm going to let Faye talk about,
Okay.
prior to them leaving, they get visitation from the other side and they have communication. They start talking to the spirits that are there in the room. And then consequently, what happens is they go with them. You want to talk about your sister, hon?
Yes. Probably 20 years ago now, I think, is my sister, my oldest sister, was in the hospitalized, and it was in her last weeks of this life here on Earth. Um, and my other sister, and I went to visit her. She was when we got into the hospital room. We were with her by bedside, and we could watch her go in and out of consciousness. And one of the times Carol went in out of consciousness, and she came back and she had a smile on her face. And Linda, my sister, said to her, Carol, you have a smile on your face, and you look like when you went away, you look like you're going away. Where are you going? And Carol said it like this. She says, oh, it was so beautiful. They were all there. There was this beautiful light. There was beautiful love. And they were all there. Who was there? Carol, who was there? Everyone was there to meet me. And she said it was beautiful music. But then my dear sister says, but I can't tell you more. And I kind of took it when she said that. She was such a kind woman. She said it in a way that I understood her to mean that really you're not privileged to know more. No more. This is my turn. This is my journey. So she went in and out of consciousness like that all the day I was there, and then I had to leave. But that gave me such what shall I say, comfort to know that there's more to our life. And this was my first ever experience with someone coming back and forth to life, and so I held that in my heart for so many years, and I understood that we're okay. When we leave this earth, we're okay. No matter what we go through, no matter what suffering we have there, we are comforted by loved ones and love and music and everything you cannot even imagine. So that was my experience.
So, to Donna Alexander, who lost her sister, trust me, she's in good hands, because the people, her family, your family, the ones that have passed before her, are there to greet her. I know it's true. I've seen it happen. I know it's true. Before my friend died, I'll just say his name was Jerry. Before he died, he would be sleeping with his eyes closed, but his mouth was like he was talking. And when he finally woke up, he would go off and on, off and on. I said, Jerry, who were you talking to? He said, my mom, my dad. Didn't you see them? They were right there. And I just looked at his family, and, we knew. We knew that he would be going soon. I was very blessed and fortunate to see him 2 weeks before he died. And that guy, to me, I'll tell you folks, when I think about it a lot of times and I sit and dwell about the good times we had, him and I, that guy was like a brother to me, and I mean that sincerely. Every time I would come up from Texas, he would be the first guy I would go see. We'd have lunch together, and who's buying? You buying? Okay, I'm buying. Boom, 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 boom. And we had beautiful times throughout life. And I thank the Lord for giving me the time that I did have with him. His brother was just recently up here from Arizona, and he sat in with us. We all play music, and he sat in with us, and we were talking about the old times and that. And that's why I say, folks, love everyone you can on this earth. Make memories, because memories are the key thing. If anything, you can't take your house in your coffin, you can't take your money in your coffin, you can't take everything that you've owned in life and put it in your coffin. The only thing you take with you is what's in here, your memories.
And your heart.
Cherish them.
Yep. So Lynn says, when my dad was in hospital very poorly, he kept raising his arms. And I asked him what he was doing, and he said climbing. He passed the next morning before we could get there. So that's pretty cool. He was climbing. I think it's time for us to do a little commercial, and we'll be right back.
You want to throw it in?
Yep. I'll be as soon as I find it.
We'll be right back, folks. Don't go away.
Don't go away.
You are listening to UPRN, United Public Radio Network, coming to you live on 105.3 right up to 107.7 FM from the beautiful city of New Orleans. UPRNTalkRadio.com.
And here we are. Let me tell you, those that are trying to quit smoking and those that are asking how you did it and all that, I'll give you a couple of things. My dad, and we were young kids, we didn't know. We would be throwing, like, he always said, don't forget my cigarettes when we made his lunch for him, right? And we'd put 3 packs of cigarettes in his lunchbox, not knowing that this was killing him. We didn't know. We were young kids. And so my dad died at the age of 50. And let me tell you, for the longest time, I prayed to God, please let me get to 50 and after. And I'm 72 now. I used to say I was living on borrowed time, but not anymore. I'm living on the time that the Lord gave me, because I came back after I passed. And like the Lord told me, there's still more work for you to do. And that's why we're doing these shows, because I'm trying to stress to you people to change your lives. Don't here, I'll tell you it this way, and I said this on the shows. Keep on doing what you've always done, and you'll always get what you've always got. Nothing. So when my dad died in 73, the next year, 74, I gave up cigarettes. How I did it? I took a wooden matchstick and put it in my mouth, and at that time they had that bazooka bubble gum, and I chewed a lot of bazooka bubble
love
gum.
bazooka bubble gum. Love it. Love it way too much.
Well, that's what I used to chew all the time, plus I
Yeah.
had the stick match in my mouth. That took the place of the cigarette, and the chewing the gum took the place of the nicotine craving that I had.
Mary Erickson says, I had the same experience 30 years ago, Faye. My husband was passing from cancer, and he also was in and out and having conversations. He passed with peace, and I was forever grateful for the experience. Absolutely. It's a beautiful, if you look at it, it's beautiful, because, they're in the hospital bed and you're really sad because they're going through some misery, but then that happens and you know that they're in peace.
Honey, Becky King wants a check. Excuse me.
He's 72. I'm 73. I have him by about 10 months.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so Doreen says, I lost my mom, unfortunately, the night before she died. I missed a phone call from her. Then the next morning, I found out she died, and I'd like to say time is precious. And talking about smoking, my mom loved them, and I smoke myself. I smoke a pack a day, but she's down to a quarter a day, so heading in the right direction. Absolutely, Doreen. Oh, good on you, as Paul would say. Just keep it up.
Now, a lot of you, I've talked about this a long time ago. When I would go play music, when I was living in Texas, I would always jokingly say to the audience, I would say, well, I'm kind of down because I found out on the way over here that we lost our ma. And everybody, oh. And I said, no, but don't worry about it. They found her at Walmart. And everybody just started laughing and laughing. And I kept using that little joke until finally it happened. And she passed, and I said it, and I said, I'm not going to tell you she's at Walmart. I said, she is gone. And
well, people do go.
Yep. She lived to her 90s, so
Yeah.
that was a good life.
Yeah. Well, every life is a good life, by the way.
Right.
no matter how
And
long or
thanks,
short.
folks, I got to tell you honestly, I thank the Lord I had that girl in the next room because I'm
What girl?
living a good life.
What girl? Where is she? Did she show up today? I don't know.
She always talks about her husband. I said, when is he coming over?
Uh,
But we're
so,
really, truly happy from the heart. And that's what counts with me.
well, like everything, it takes work, and we were bound and determined to make it work, and we continually do. So, if you both are, if you're in a marriage that does, where you're not in the same mindset of making it work, it will be a terrible marriage. I've experienced that, and then, but so I was bound to determine that this is going to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
So
only
it's
thing is, folks, I wear the pants in the family. But
no, you
Faye
don't.
tells me which ones to put on.
That kind of is true. That's okay. I don't mind telling you.
Does anybody have any questions, or do you
Yeah,
want
do
me
you
to
have
get into my
questions?
stories that I?
Yeah, you might as well get into your stories. Oh, but we have something from Tammy. She
Okay.
says, my dad passed away in a house fire 30 years ago. When Jackson died, I went to the cemetery when I got back from Duluth and asked my dad what to do and how to get through this. But you know what, as Paul says, and yet Roger says, you don't have to, it's okay to go visit them at the cemetery, but they're not there. You can ask, you can talk to them right where you sit. You can talk to them right where you sit.
Please understand this, folks. You can go to the cemetery and visit. You're visiting the unit that he used. Remember, I said this. You're visiting the unit that he used to communicate with you. As you're looking down at him in the ground, he's right next to you
Right.
in spirit.
Mhm. Oh, life is, Doreen says, life is work, nothing comes easy, and no phase. Got the trousers. Oh, talking about the trousers. Well, life doesn't have to be a lot of work. I have to say, the work that I do is on myself. When I work on myself, and that means meditate, means keep a positive attitude, then tell you the truth, life has a lot of blessings. And even when things are a little rough at times, I can thank myself, I can thank God, the source, the universe, for everything that I'm blessed with. And you know what? Things start to look a little better. So, I mean, I hope for all of you that work is not, or life is not hard. My hope for you is that you will find goodness in everything you can, as much as you can.
Well, it goes to that saying, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Well, that goes in anything.
Right. I mean, be grateful and then take action. Take action on whatever. After prayer and meditation, by the way, if something comes to you, things start to get sorted out, then take action on it. Check it out. See what you can do. Tammy says, I have been seeing so many signs, and I thank you both for this. You're welcome.
And you know what else, Tammy? This is for everybody. What really helps too, you're going through what you're going through, and who else was it that was going through? Again, I gotta go back.
Tammy, no, you were addressing Tammy
Tammy and Donna.
and Doreen as well.
Right. When you're going through something like this, your best therapy of all is to go help someone else who's going through the same thing. You'd be surprised what that does. That's like you're lifting each other up. First you cry, yes you cry, you hug each other, you cry and all that, and then you tell yourself, we got to keep going. We got to do this. Let's do this. Let's get some others that are hurting too, and da da da. And then there you go. It really works.
Lynn has this to say. I have a memory patch in my garden for my family, and I sit and look at it to remember departed family, especially Archie. I did put a photo on Facebook. Yes, I remember. Len, you have a fabulous garden, and the flowers you have are fantastic. I I love your garden. It's beautiful. Yeah, it does sound lovely.
Kathy Little, put that up. That's beautiful, Kath, and I say that a lot.
Life is as hard as you make it. Yep.
And not only life, things. Like I've always said, if you think it's too hard, then it's too hard. If you think it's easy, then it's easy. It's how you do this, work this, because the mind can play many tricks on you. And remember, everything in this world is psychosomatic, meaning it's mind over matter. If you say, I can't do it, I can't do it. Well, I guess you can't do it. But you say, you know what? I know I can do that. Okay, do it. Simple
Doreen
as that.
Doreen says that she's actually helping a friend at this moment. It's a positive for me because I'm helping.
There you are.
Amen.
Beautiful, Doreen.
That's
Beautiful.
perfect. And that's how you keep friends, by the way. You know, being a good friend, being a good friend, you keep your friends.
Even if you form like an alliance, like a group, like there's cribbage playing people, they get together as a group. Why not go through this and talk about the memories you had with each other, having coffee or tea or whatever, and you help each other along the way. Yeah, you have your cry, but then you also have your laughs, and that's what you need. Laughter is a joy to the heart. Remember that.
And if somebody is down, thank you, Kathy. It's your mindset.
It is a mindset, exactly.
And if you know somebody who's really down, who's feeling very negative, I mean, if you love them, go see them, give them a call, do something.
And it doesn't take money to cheer people up.
No.
No, it takes you. You just being next to someone who's going through the same thing that you are. Here's the thing. I don't know how this happened, but I think it happened because of the fact that my girls and or my kids didn't know Faye, and we were both in the same situation with her family and my family, and they didn't want us to get together and whatnot. But what happened was, when my son died, like I said, I just got a text from my daughter, one of my daughters. Nobody called me. Nobody bothered to call me. Hey, Dad, he's in the hospital. Bum, bum, bum. He's at this hospital. Whatever. I would have gone in a minute. But I didn't get anything. And I wasn't there. I wasn't there to hug any other of my kids. Just my grandson, one of my daughters, no, a couple of my grandsons. And I got to hug them. And I didn't get to hug any of my daughters per se but I was very grateful that the Lord and Faye allowed me to call my son's mother up.
Oh.
And the both of us were there looking at him. They opened up his coffin and the lid fell off. But we were there. And I just told her, we were both holding hands, and we said, this is our son. We have to say goodbye to our son. Mm-hmm. And we did.
And it was closure for both of you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And then this is the hard thing for me. One of my daughters, I don't know why she did this, but she said, you're only allowed 20 minutes. And that made me mad. And I turned around and I got up on the podium and I said, first off, nobody tells me how long I can see my son. I said, I'm here because my oldest daughter asked me to be here for Linda, who was my ex-wife. And she wanted me to escort her up there and so we could say goodbye to him. And I was mad that they did that to me. And I don't know how this all came about, but it did. It's over with. But you know what? The thing that I say, I'm really grateful to God and to Faye for allowing me and Linda to hold hands and be there and touch our son for the last time and say goodbye. And after that, we were over in another room, and my grandson came to me and said that my son's boy, Richie, I shouldn't say names, but anyway, that he wanted us to leave. So I said, fine, I'm not going to cause a ruckus. I said, I'll go. So when I went outside, a lot of my grandkids came out too, and they were hugging me. And you know, I wanted to stay, but nope, I didn't want to cause a ruckus.
Controversial, apparently. But one by one, the kids have come back into your life.
Yep.
After that, I think that was the impetus of making people kind of realize that you are their dad and their grandpa.
Well, it's like I told them all.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm the father. I'm the mountain. At the tip of the mountain, you'll see me. And they come down. I said, you can't take that away from me. No. I am the father of you children. I'm the father of my grandfather of my kids, and the great-grandfather of my great-grandkids.
So I want to put up what Mary Erickson said. Mary said that her dad passed in 1971 when she was 16. She went to the cemetery only a few times. She felt she needed to stop going there because she did not believe that he was there, and started walking everywhere that reminded her of him. That is perfect. And I also, I can't go see my parents' graves because their graves are so far away, but I can mostly, but I feel their presence when certain songs come in, and it's not really songs that they love.
A memory.
But it's not really the songs they loved. It's songs that maybe reminded me of my relationship with them. That's the songs that start to make things sort of heat up as far as my memories are concerned.
Go to Tammy, honey.
Yeah, you're right, Mary. Tammy says...
No, that's too far down. Up.
Oh, okay. Tammy, we have an Angel of Life memorial in our local park. I spent some time there meditating and thinking over the past couple of days. It works miracles. I feel a little better each day. Good for you, Tammy, that you're doing that.
Yeah.
Meditation and prayer are going to be the things that ground you. And they're going to keep you so healthy. And it's up to you.
Doreen.
Good for you. Doreen is saying, no such word as I can't. Always been told that since I could remember, always a way forward, and don't need to go backwards, just forwards. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Good words, good thoughts. And then so Tammy says, I wish I could have seen my son one last time. Due to how he died, I couldn't. I don't even know if I will get any of my son's ashes. I feel so lost, I know.
I didn't get any of mine.
Roger didn't get any ashes either.
Nope.
No. Mm-mm. Yeah. No, we have a
Kayla Diamond, please look at right now is not the time to come in and try to take over our show. Get the hell out of here.
Stop it.
I mean, come on, Ruth Jesmine. It's another one. Come on, you guys, really, get your own shows. We're covering for a friend of our show, and then you want to come in and come out with your garbage. Just leave. You're going to be reported anyway and blocked.
I'm blocking them.
How stupid. Yes, Julia Evans, laughter is good therapy. And this is why I say, if you could form a circle with the people that are going through what you're going through, then you guys, yes, you can cry. Nobody says you can't. But there again, nobody says you can't laugh either. Yes, Tammy, we're all connected. All of us. You know, I hope, like I said, we're covering for Paul. And I hope that some of you can take something out of this show as much as you did our show yesterday. You know, because all we're trying to do is the best job we can.
So,
Do I dare talk about the paranormal things that I've gone through?
I don't know. I really like it that the people here, our viewers are contributing to the show. Mary Erickson said that her dad walks beside me still and talks to me.
Very good. Yes, that is very true.
And Lynn says, just talk to them, Faye. They hear you. Look for the signs back. I do. I mean, now that I know more than I did then when I started to, first of all, the songs would bring me back. And I get that now. I thank you for that. Yep.
Julia Evans, thank you. So let me tell you about.
Do you want to bring some up? And folks, feel free to give us your experiences as well. We really love that. This is what
Right.
makes the show, as you know. And I will read them.
I have a dear friend of mine in San Marcos, Texas, who she had no, it wasn't her house. It was up in Kyle, Texas. Remember our other friend, honey, that used to call me all the time? And things were going bad and blah, blah, blah. And I would tell her things are going bad for us too. So what can I do,
Yeah.
So she asked me to come over to her daughter's house because the daughter had a trailer in back of their house.
Okay.
And she said the daughter says that there's spirits in there. I went, oh, okay. She said, can you please come and see if you can pass them over? And I said, sure. So I went into the house. I walk in. She said, go to the back. So I went to the back. I hear kids laughing. And I'm going,
Oh, yeah.
we got spirit kids
Oh,
in
I
here.
remember this story. So sweet.
So I go to the back, and there's a man with green eyes there. And he's an older man. And he's got the two little kids. So when I went into the back room, the little kids went to another room and they were laughing. They were playing hide and seek with me. So I went to the middle room where they were, and they went to the back room. And this went on for a little while. And I told them, I seen you. You can't hide from me. And I would tell them, you need to stop this. It's time for you to go home now. And I looked at the man, he looked at me, and we looked each other straight in the eyes. And I said, it's time. I said, grab the kids, one in each hand. I said, and go to the white light. They're waiting for you and the kids. And it was like, you hear the little wind come through, and all of a sudden, shoo. So I walked to the back room thinking the kids went there. Nothing. Turned around, walked to the other middle room. Nothing. And I went to the girl and I said, they're gone. They crossed over. Thank you. You don't know what you've done. I said, no, you could have done this. I said, but they're gone. They won't bother you anymore.
So did they know that there were children that were that the spirits were children, or did they just know that there were
The girl that owned the house said they kept stealing from her, hiding things from her.
Oh.
And kids would do that.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So when they finally left, the craziest thing of all, when I was leaving the house, she goes, you know what? She goes, now I'm going to miss him. I went,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
the hardest one was that, I'll go right to that one. I went down to the valley and this
Explain
one
what the
little
valley
town.
is. Explain what the valley is, honey.
The valley is down toward the end of Texas. Okay, way down, down.
It's down south to the very
Yep.
bottom of Texas.
And I
Okay.
went to this guy had a trailer home. And he told me, he says, can you please come over here and check it out and all that? Donna, write it down anyway, please. If I ever talk to you again, it might come out. So I go into the house, and I said, come on, are you coming with me? And he goes, no, 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 no. He goes, you go, you go. So I said, okay. I'm walking through the house, and I sense this compression, like, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew something was in there. I couldn't see what it was. So I walked all the way to the back, all the way to the front. And then I turned around and went back in the middle again. And I said, show yourself. I said, you've been bothering this man for a long time. It's time that we talk. And I heard, like, it was odd because he would, like, do this, creep around the corner.
Okay.
And I said, no, come on out. I said, I'm not afraid of you. Come on out. Let's talk. And he looked at me, and he's doing this. Creeping up. I said, no, stop. I said, you stop that. I said, you're not trying to, if you're trying to scare me, you're not. I said, talk to me. I said, why are you here? He said, this used to be my house. I said, well, it's not anymore. I said, he's paying the rent now. You're gone. I said, you're in another dimension, and you need to go to the white light. I don't want to go, real loud. And I said, you need to go whether you like it or not. I said, you no longer live. You're gone. No. The house started shaking. And I said, stop it. And I mean, we're like banging. He's throwing me against the wall and all. I mean, it got so bad, but yours truly won. He left, and it was like that, and he was gone. When I walked out of that house, my hair was a mess. I was sweaty and everything. And I went down to one knee because, the breathing, it's just hard for you to breathe because of the compression in there. And I went down to one knee, and he goes, are you all right? I said, yeah. He goes, man, you look like you were in a fight. And I looked up at him like that, and I said, I was. I said, I got rid of your demon.
Was it a demon or was it the other
It was a dark spirit. Because I heard growling. I heard all kinds of things coming out of this guy.
Okay.
But
So it wasn't just the former resident. It was something that was trying
well, he was. But here's the thing: they come in all forms. They could come in the form of a child. So it's. Now I know I don't like to mention this name, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's like shift shaking. And those that are native that understand this, you know that there are people that can transformate themselves into an animal, into a horse, whatever. And they can do this. Or an eagle, or whatever it be.
So how do you know if it's a shift shape person or thing?
Because you look at the face. Do you remember the time I told you I was going to do the reading for that guy? And he looked like he had an ugly monkey on the back of him?
Yeah.
I looked at the face. I knew what I was up against. It took
Okay,
a while.
that-
I'm not going to say it was done in 5 minutes. Heck no.
No, but okay, so that's an entity that I probably wouldn't see, but you saw it. But I mean, are there animals that are walking around that you see that are? I mean, that a person might see that is a shift shape. Is that what you're?
I
calling
could
it?
see here, and I know Paul might say something about this, but
It's okay.
I could see
We're
a
doing this
person
show
in
tonight.
form, not the full face and everything, but I could see a person in form walking by me, like a shadow person, right? And bang, turn into a wolf.
But is it that wolf? Is that wolf visible to all people or just you?
No,
No, what?
no, those. Those of us, I'll just say, those of us that are gifted, we can see things like this. Sometimes they do appear to people just to scare them, to get them like, get out of my house, it's my house. And the only thing you have to do, understand this, if you come across a spirit, folks, don't be afraid, because the more you show fear, the more they're going to antagonize you. Show them that you're not scared, and you need to yell at them at the top of your lungs. You need to go to the white light. They're waiting for you.
Well, these are the ones that are scary. Now, what about the ones that are friendly? Are there friendly spirit that, you know, can
There's
stay-
some that I've seen one where the guy goes like this. Where am I supposed to go? I don't know why I'm here. And I would tell him in a soft voice, you passed over. It's time for you to go be with your loved ones.
But so aren't some houses, you know, that some houses just have spirit there, right? Some houses have spirit that hang out there, right?
Well, let me give you a prime example, and I've said this many, many a time. If you go to a garage sale, a yard sale, whatever sale, estate sale, this is what I tell people to do, and it works. Don't bring that item into your house right away, because you never know what it's attached to or what's attached to it. I always tell people, sprinkle it with holy water and put salt on it and
What if
leave
you
it
don't
out
have holy
overnight
water?
so that the moon hits it.
What if a person doesn't have holy
You
water?
could take regular tap water and pray over it
Okay.
and sprinkle it on the item and let it sit out overnight so the moon hits it. Trust me, folks, it does work. I know people that did it, and I told them how to do it.
Well, that was a lot of information. Thank you.
Well,
That's good.
people need to know things, you know.
They do. I mean, I think some of the things that are real common for you are really not common for me. So that's why.
Or for Paul, for that fact, you know. Because we, like I've always said, and Paul said it too, we are both different kind of readers.
your
you know?
experiences are the same, but not, right?
Right.
And that doesn't mean you're wrong, but just means you're different. That's just the way it is. I mean,
And what we do, to me, there is no the other one sees. The salt, Tammy, the salt is for purification. And this, I'll give you guys, I'll throw this out there. If you think that, like, somebody had said they were going through bad luck, I think it was Doreen. Get regular salt or sea salt. Sea salt's the best. And take like a shower with sea salt. Put it over your head. Rub yourself, everything, okay? Just like you took a shower. Wait a little while, and then rinse it off.
there's Aline. How are you,
Aline, where you been, girl?
Yes. Good to see you tonight. We're hosting Paul's show tonight. He's feeling a little unwell.
Yep.
He threw out his back working hard. And Tammy mentions that everyone does have their own story, and you know, all psychics and mediums have their own story. Yeah.
Now, Paul's been doing this for 35 years, so I can imagine the stories he's got.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going on 20. But these are things that I've gone through. Some of them scared the heebie-jeebies out of me. But, and this thing, what we do, to me, you have to be strong. You can't be weak.
We've got
Hello, Pamela.
from Australia. And she's new, I think.
No, she was on before.
Now, okay. I missed you. We've missed you
Yes,
too.
Aline, we missed you too,
Right.
darling.
Here we go. Susie's here. Oh, no. Susie says, I got off of work and found a dent in her car.
Oh.
Doo, doo, doo.
The best way you pull out a dent, folks, this is a body thing. I sold cars for 27 years, so I know what I'm saying. Get a plunger and hit the dent and pull it, and it'll pop out. Usually it does.
Depending on how large the dent is, right?
Well, and also it could be in an odd spot that you can't get it out. So, but usually we used to do that all the time, pop them back out.
Well, okay.
We've got about 10 minutes.
Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Roger about any of those experiences he has or has had, or your experiences? Perhaps you've had some things happen to you as well. We love to hear them. We love to hear them. And please don't forget to share the show and smash the like button and also the subscribe.
Right.
Subscribe to if you're on YouTube, Paul's channel, please subscribe. We want to see that subscription number go way up.
And please, everybody, send prayers to Paul.
Send prayers to Paul.
For his back. He's got a bad back right now, so
He
he's
needs
supposed to be sleeping.
John says he's looking for his friend Corey. I don't know what that means, John. I think you're probably trying to pull the wool over our eyes, right?
I'll don't just say it this way. Keep looking.
Yeah.
Okay, question. I see glimpses of dark shadows lately. Are those bad shadows or mind playing tricks on us? They start out like to see how far they can get. Just do this, Marisa. Shoo. Go, get out of here. You're in the wrong place. Go. Don't be afraid.
It's okay. I think we have spirit in our home every once in a while, don't we, honey?
Yep.
We do. Aline says, sending prayers for Paul Francis. Thank you. So, I mean, Jane says, if you have a shadow in your bedroom, does it mean it's bad? Again.
You'll have to fill that one out to see, because there could be one of your relatives that's just watching you. You never know.
Okay, so thank you, Tammy. Mary has asked a good question here. Do you ever get a message from Spirit that you may not want to pass on?
Okay, if you remember correctly, I told you this story, and this is gospel truth. A week before my son died, the spirits came and told me, prepare yourself because we're taking your son. And I went, what? And they said it again. I said, no, you got the wrong guy. They stopped for a while and they said, prepare yourself, we are taking your son. And I went, no, that can't be. I said, I work for you people. Going on and on. And they said, again, prepare yourself because we are taking your son. And I said, well, we'll see about that. A week later, he was gone. So listen to your inner spirit, that inner voice that you get. Listen. Because they don't talk just for the fun of talking. They deliver messages. And you have to take heed. It's like I tell you when we're on the shows, that we talk about your health. When I say, I see this, take heed of the warning, because I'm getting it from the spirits. Oh, Lynn, that's sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got wonderful people watching the show today.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us today. And thank you newcomers who have joined us today. Hopefully, Paul will feel better and he'll be able to join us on Saturday morning. I hope he can. And also do his show on Monday, which is Reach Across, Monday at 2 p.m.
All right, real quick, honey, I'll give the rundown.
Okay, please do.
Tonight, folks, today is Thursday. Right after this show at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, you can watch. Is it tonight? Yeah, you can watch our dear friend Laura Lee Potvin and Dave Hansel. They will be doing a show called At the Thing at the Foot of the Bed. Okay, and that's on this particular channel, the UPM channel, URPM or whoever it is. That's that at 6 o'clock. At 8 o'clock comes our dear friend Michelle DeRoucher and Amelia Paisano. Now, Michelle, a lot of you have seen Michelle and Laura Lee on the show called Paranormal Survivor. You'll see them on there. They are on. But Michelle's going to be on tonight, and I don't know who they'll have for a guest. They will be on at 8 o'clock until 10 o'clock. Also, in between there, I want to slide my friend in between there, too.
Gina
Bankston and Mama D will be doing their show, The Fox Den, and I think it's at 7, if I'm not mistaken.
7 Central, I believe. And they are on Facebook. I don't know if they're on YouTube too, but they're simply on Facebook.
Now, we will be doing our show at 10:30 a.m. on Saturday, and it's called This Mug's for You. And I will give credit to my wife. She's the one that named that show. Okay? Meaning a coffee mug, your tea, whatever. But join us for that. And another friend, one of our listeners that used to be on, she's no longer on anymore, she called it Silly Saturday. Because there are times we get silly. And we get people from all over the world, such as we did today. Now, we want to send prayers to our friend Paul Francis and to his wife Johanna. We can't forget about her. We want to send condolences out to Donna, and to everyone who's lost a family member. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me come into your hearts and into your homes. And thank you for sticking around and listening to what we had to say as we covered for Paul. And I'll tell you, it's really nice to see a lot of people that come through. And you guys make the shows what they are. You really do.
And we may not have time to answer everybody's questions right now, but join us on Saturday morning, and perhaps we can ask the question again. And we have Manda saying hello, Roger.
Hola, ¿cómo estás, amigo? Muy bien, gracias. Pero ya nos vamos. That means we're going.
I'm glad you liked it, Jane. She says, thank you both for a wonderful and interesting evening. Love you both. Good night here from Turkey. Until next time. Prayers just sent out to Paul.
And drop those cigarettes, dear.
Thank you. She's doing her best.
Okay, because here's what we say when I say something like people smoking or drinking or whatever, they keep on, I tell them, stop, because I'd rather talk with you than about you.
That's right. Okay, and so Lynn points out that This Mug's for You is on 4:30 Saturday in the UK.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, Kathy Henley's got it down now, honey.
Yep.
But that's for our
That's
show.
our show. We have to honor Paul.
Yep.
So, well, join us Saturday, and thank you for joining us tonight. And we love Paul. We wish him a very speedy recovery, and
Paul always says,
Yes.
appreciate, validate, and communicate with your loved ones.
Yep.
Take care of each other.
Yep.
Thank you for sticking around with us. Honey, you want to say anything?
We really love it that you've joined us tonight, and thank you for making our life so beautiful. Honestly, we mean that from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah.
We hope we have helped you in some way, and join us again. Time to say goodbye, darling.
Good night, everybody. God bless you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. All right. Be kind.
Good night.